Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we're doing the tier list after Las Vegas and Bologna. I was at both of those events. I didn't end up qualifying for nationals again, I guess, by top 64ing in Vegas with Silver Aurora, and then in Bologna I went for the middle card for Lux. Did not get Lux middle card. And then when I went to Vegas, I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna play Aurora. And even though Aurora was like not played in China and it was not doing well, I do think the deck is actually very good and well positioned. Um, but that is another video. I'll talk about that deck next week. But today I want to talk about the tier list. So what we have in front of me is the tier list from February. So now we'll be doing the March tier list. And honestly, I don't think too much has changed. So we did guessfully correct that Ezreal would be S tier before it won anything. So Ezreal was S tier. And in fact, I think Ezreal is probably even still not solved. I think it's probably the best deck. But the issue is you're going to have to test a lot and make sure you have the right list from tournament to tournament. I think it's going to change depending on what's good and what's not. And also, you need to make sure you have the reps in with this deck. Otherwise, you will go to time with called shot and stack decks. You got to make sure when you're casting your stack decks and called shots, you know what you're looking for. But I do think Ezreal rewards you the most, and it rewards you the most, hardest to play, also punches you the most too. I'll put that personally. I believe is the best deck. Second is Draven. These are also S tier. Draven is still S tier. We have two different versions of S tier Draven, which is kind of crazy. You have Miracle Draven, which is trying to play all the Nocturnes and Rassas and stack decks and seals and call shots and battering ram. Try to put a bunch of power into play. You have that one. You have the mid range one, which is more value, or more stocky, like with a Ferocious Forerunner, and it's more like just mid range. It's not like comboing off or anything. And both those decks are S tier. We have Aurelia as well. I do think Aurelia has fallen off a little bit, only because Vex is so good versus Aurelia, and Vex was not really seeing any play prior to Bologna, and now Vex is seeing more play. But Vex is very good against Aurelia, especially in sideboard Aurelia or against Ezreal. It's very good. That being said, I do think Aurelia is still S tier. She just plays on such a different access than other decks that I do think she's still hanging out in the S tier. So the only thing I'll change in S tier is I'd move Ezreal to first for sure. And then in the A tier, we got some. I think we got mostly right in A tier. Kai'Sa has become more of a control deck now with Progress Day and stuff, and Time Warps and Singularities. So it is still great. Kai'Sa is still a great deck. I don't think she's better than Sivir though. I think Sivir is at the top of the A tier. Sivir is very close up here to being close to being S, I would say, but she's not quite there. Kai'Sa is definitely up at Kai'Sa as second. Jax and Lucian. We saw Jax deck actually top 8 in Vegas. I do think it's a great choice for rogue deck. Lucian, I think, is also the most aggressive competitive rogue deck as well, with Trinity Force and Skyfall. Unfortunately, I do believe Lux has fallen down to B tier. Should be going to B tier. Victor has risen up. Victor's doing really well as well. I think Victor, just his ability to make units is just very, very powerful. I had Lux above him, but I was wrong. Especially now that have more data and practice and knowledge, Victor's definitely has more potential as well. Fiora, I think for me has fallen to B tier. I do think Master Yi has gone up. I think probably close to A. I think there's I think if I do think Aurora is good. I think if Aurora is good, then Yi has the potential to be really good too. I want to put Yi even at the tail end of A, like here, and Fiora down here somewhere. Um, Misfortune as well. I think all the Aurora decks people thought they were dead. Definitely not dead. I think they're all up here. I personally like Saber the most. I think it has the best game. Allows you to like play your spells early. You have treasure trove to like cast. Allows you to cast your like call shots early for you too, by getting the gold or by by or the sabotages. Where Misfortune can't really do that. Misfortune does have bullet time, which is very good versus Miracle. Outside of, and the ganking ability, but Silver's Legend is I think is very powerful. Um, I don't I can't say for sure which one's definitely stronger. But Silver can also be a miracle deck too, which is why she's a little above Misfortune. Silver can be Miracle or Aurora. Um, but Silver can play Boots of Swiftness, which is what I played, and I really do think the deck is great. So we'll put Silver at the top of the A, Kaisa, um, Misfortune, right there. Then probably Victor, and then these two. These the last ones I'm not really sure the order. You could say Master Yi or Jax. Lucian's definitely at the end because Lucian is kind of like still B. I'll say top of the B or the last of A. Uh, if we want to go by if we want to go by data, he would definitely be a B deck. If we want to go by vibes and how good I think he is, I think he's probably like the very low A or very high B. But we'll put him high B. Annie, same thing. I think Annie's a little worse, but I think Rek'Sai is also very good. Void Rush is very powerful. Rek'Sai's ability, the Conquer ability, is extremely powerful as well. Um, Leona, Set, Darius, these are all not so hot. Azir has Ornn unfortunately hasn't shown promise, but Azir has risen up. Azir's probably gone to the actually above maybe above Lucian. Yasuo hasn't done much. He seems to be like just a worse Aurelia. Going back to C. Teemo also just a worse Ezreal. Is what we're seeing. Ari, people just love Ari, and she's done results, but I don't think she's better than Fiora. Um, probably around here, around where Lux is. Any same thing. Set Leona, Set Darius, all at the end here. Jinx is funny because like she's the same color as Draven, and I think just by playing those colors, even if it's the worst, like if it's a worse Draven, you're still can be a B deck. Because of her power, because of the colors. Basically, if you go for Metal Card, she is still powerful if you play the Draven Shell with just Jinx. It's not a rogue deck per se, but it is just a powerful shell. That alone puts her probably up here, ahead of Lux and Ari, just because she's in those colors. Ornn, I don't want to put Ornn down here at all. I think Set and Leona are down here though, and so is Darius. I think he's fallen down too. Leave like this. Ornn, man, he had the lowest win rate in Bologna by 30%. It was pretty rough, poor guy. Volley has risen up a lot. Renata is also good, but I do think Victor is a better Renata. That being said, we can move both Volley and Renata up here. Only because there's a Volley deck that's very good versus Draven that can basically beat Draven consistently. Renata, I still think she's not that great, honestly. I want to move Ornn either to the back of here or to the bot or to like the middle tier, but I still think there has to be an Ornn deck. Like Ornn's power is so powerful, the legend ability just to make seals free and stuff. But I'm sorry, Ornn baby. I'm sorry, buddy. I I have hope. You know what? I'll keep you in bottom C. The difference between bottom C and D isn't that big, isn't huge, but I'm just gonna go off like I have hope for Ornn. Rumble. I mean, I guess Rumble could move up. He did a better win rate than Ornn. If I'm putting Ornn at C, Rumble could go like here. And poor Garen is back alone by himself in in the middle tier. So D is like middle tier. A is S decks that we know about. We know their list, but it doesn't really matter. These decks still win. A tier is like these decks are solid. They do well against the S decks, or have a good matchup versus the S decks, but against all decks. Which is volley. Like volley meets that criteria, but it's still volley. I feel like the B's like good rogue decks that could win, or the B decks can very easily top 8 as well. If I've learned anything from Vegas is that like the Americans can win with almost anything. Like not almost anything, but like do better with anything. Like they're not as homogenized as China was. It's like you can like Jack's top 8'd, right? And then I was playing Aurora, and I feel like I top 64 with Aurora, but I think I could do better with that as well. I went like 10-3, and some of those losses were just like my mistake, or learning that fading memories. If you fading memories and equipment that's equipped, it doesn't fall off on the opponent's turn. It stays on. It stays equipped because it basically becomes like spinning axe. As long as it's equipped, it doesn't fall off. I cast that on Trinity Force, and Trinity Force did not get destroyed because it was equipped. So, learned that the hard way. And then there was another play I made that was a mistake as well. But I do think Aurora again is powerful. And I think like a lot of these strategies are just not fully explored. So, and especially Lucian's like I died to Lucian on turn 4 one game as well, which is just from like combo aggro killing me. I think Rek'Sai has one of the strongest signature spells from Spiritforged. The Void Rush is very powerful. So these decks are very good, especially because people also don't test against them either, right? So Azir, Rek'Sai, Lucian, Fiora, Jax, etc. So yeah, this is where I'm gonna leave it here. I think this is a very solid list for March. We'll revisit this again come April. But S decks, I think the best deck is Ezreal if you have the reps with it and testing with it. And then if you know how to adjust it according to the metagame, I think it will reward you the most. But you have to have a lot of reps and just be careful, like because if you just want a good deck that can do well and you don't turn reps with it and doesn't punish you for mistakes, Draven is the way to go. I think for that. So Ezreal, Draven, Aurelia. Then we have Sivir, Kai'Sa, in A tier with Misfortune, Victor, and Yi and Jax. Only have the orange ones down here because of I think Aurora is very playable. It's just not seeing play that much. But it's not dead like everyone thought it was. Good rogue decks that like can win out of nowhere with people I don't know what to expect. Azir, Lucian, Rek'Sai, Fiora, and Jinx only because of the colors. Ahri, Lux, Volley, and Annie. Then these decks. These are also like kind of like metal card tracers, I would say. Lee Sin, Yasuo, Teemo. Just because the Teemo color and Yasuo again is just outclassed by Ezreal at the moment. And buffs aren't really that great. Decks turning in combat like Set and Leona aren't that great because of Draven and purple pushing things back with Fight or Flight or gusting or rebuking things. So it's kind of hard for them to get in there. With Darius, Renata, Rumble for Ornn, and Garen again, not again, but now in March he's in the middle tier by himself. He's poor guy. Hasn't day 2'd. I think every other champion is day 2'd. Right? I literally think every other champion is day 2'd a regional qualifier except our poor boy Garen. He is not. So yeah. So that's where I'm gonna put all the champions here. So yeah, enjoy these decks. Let me know your thoughts. I know y'all disagree with me sometimes at the last tier list. So let me know your thoughts on this one too. And yeah, have a good weekend. Have a great day. I'll catch y'all next time. All right, peace.